Hello everybody, and welcome to another Avatar draft here on the channel. I'm so excited to dive in, but before I do, I want to shout out Wizards of the Coast for the free preview access in this event so I could get this recorded for you early. Let's dive on in and see what we can work with. Oh yes, our rare is Earthen Ally. So it's a 0/2, but it gets +1/+0 for each color among allies you control. So it's going to be a 1-mana 2/2 a lot of the time. If you're playing like a green-white deck that has allies in it, he's going to be a 1/2 by himself and gets a +1/+0 from other allies. So pretty nice aggressive card. What else are we working with here? We have Kyoshi Warriors, which is a 4-drop I absolutely love. Plays really well with a lot of the ally synergies that care about triggering them multiple times. This one's really nice. Also, there's 2 blockers for 1 card. It's pretty nice. You can line them up pretty well. Great card. There's also Path to Redemption. I think it's worse than Kyoshi Warriors, but still a solid removal spell, that especially if you have other card advantage when your opponent can like remove this by like airbending their own creature, which we'll get to some airbending, don't worry. This card is nice mana fixing and ramp, though I don't want to take it this early. And then this card is a nice black removal spell, exile a creature, and then sometimes you make a clue. Tough pick here. I'm tempted to take Sold Out just to get a removal spell early that's quite powerful. I think I will take this, but I could see Kyoshi Warriors being better. I do like Kyoshi Warriors. Okay, so the first thing you do, regardless of which card you would have taken there, when you see your next pack, you should be like, what's the best card in my colors? And that's Wolfbat. It's the only black card. When you draw a second card, you can pay black and bring it back from your graveyard to the battlefield. So it's a 2/2 flyer that can kind of come back. I don't love it, but it's a card you can definitely play. What else is in this pack? There is North Pole Patrol. It's Pole Patrol. But we can untap a permanent, or you can tap your opponent's creatures, which is pretty useful. Then there is, not North Pole Patrol again, the Benevolent River Spirit. So 4/5, but you have to water bend a bunch to get it into play. It's a flyer. It's more of a synergy piece, so I don't like taking it too early. I kind of like to be in a deck that can water bend a lot before I take this card. There's Leaves from the Vine. Mill 3, you then make a food, then you put a counter on a couple of creatures, and then you draw a card if there's a creature or less in your graveyard. This seems like a pretty solid card, and also plays pretty well in black-green, which is the color combo it would go in if I had this card. I want to try this. I think we'll see if it can do some good work. Okay, pick 3. There is Boomy, King of the 3 Trials, which I like. If you get enough lessons into your deck, this card can be absolutely devastating. 6 mana, potentially 7/7, Scry 3, Earthbend 3 is just tremendously effective. It's a huge card. And with Leaves from the Vine, we can mill ourselves to potentially get more lessons into the graveyard sooner. So that's definitely a consideration. A creature or lesson in your graveyard, you draw a card. That's pretty funny. So Boomy is the card I'm going to hover for now. There is also the Fire Nation Engineer, which if you're able to attack consistently, you can get counters on your other creatures, which is definitely something to be worth noting. What else is in this pack? There's Airbending Lesson, which I really like in white, especially in the early turns, like bouncing their 2-drop and drawing a card. They have to like replay it for 2 mana. It's pretty effective. It's an early tempo play. Even later in the game, like temporarily clearing a blocker. When they have enough mana to replay it anyway, it's still just a pretty effective thing. We're going to take the Boomy, though. We've got a couple of good green cards. Oh, baby, this is a great start. We're getting Flopsy, Boomy's buddy, to go with our Boomy. When he enters, you get a counter on each creature you control, including the Flopsy, so it's a 6-mana 5/5, basically. And the creature with power 4 or greater can't be blocked by more than 1 creature. So just hugely effective, especially with something like Kyoshi Warriors, which, as I said, love this card, but you have 2 bodies from 1 card. There's all sorts of uses for that sort of thing. There's also the Walls of Ba Sing Se. That is why the city is named Ba Sing Se. It's the impenetrable city. But other creatures get other permanents have indestructible, but it's a 0/30. I don't love this card because it costs 8 mana, but I don't know. Maybe I'll try it at some point. But I think Flopsy is great here. I also like Forecasting Fortune Teller. It's a 1/3 that comes with a clue, so it's perfect for waterbending, because waterbending, you can tap your artifacts and creatures, and this is like 2 things for that. But yeah, so far we're off to a good start for our green deck. Maybe we'll go black, maybe we'll go green-white. But for now, I think now we'll take Rebellious Captives. So the thing is, there are cards that are potentially better than Rebellious Captives in this pack. I mean, I think the Callous Inspector is actually a pretty reasonable card for some decks that might want to sacrifice things. But let's just assume there was a good white card in this pack. Taking the green card is still nice because I'm pretty sure I'm playing green now. I have 3 good green cards: Leaves from the Vine, Boomy, Flopsy. Flopsy, Hopsy, Mopsy, Cottontail. Sorry, that's Peter Rabbit. But Rebellious Captives, I'm like pretty likely to play. So there's always this decision on how likely am I to play this card versus how powerful is the card. And in this case, I think this card is one of the best cards in the pack anyway. Maybe Seismic Sense is reasonable as a way to like find Boomy more consistently, but I'd rather just get a good 2-drop locked in. And why is this such a good 2-drop? Well, because it's good early and good late. If I top deck this card in the late game, I get to use the Exhaust ability and have a 4/4 plus Earthbend too, which is really nice. In this pack, I think I'm going to take another Sold Out. Getting one pick 6 is pretty tempting for sure. Maybe black-green is a place I could end up here, and I would be totally fine with that. Shared Roots could be a card I considered as just a like ramp spell. I have some expensive cards. And then Cycle of Renewal is another one, like filling my graveyard. It's a lesson. Getting some lessons to make sure Boomy is good is going to be important here. But I think it's mostly between Shared Roots if I wanted to stick to green and Sold Out. And Sold Out is a pretty fantastic removal spell. So I think we're going to take that. Or at least a good removal spell. Now there's Origin of Metal Bending. So a little bit of main deck enchantment or artifact destruction. And then a little bit of combat trickery. Plus being a lesson. Definitely potentially valuable. Wall Top Sentries. 3 mana 2/3. Reach Death Touch. Just great little card. If there's a lesson, you gain 2 life. Iroh. Firebending isn't super useful for my deck, but lessons costing less. Maybe not great for my deck either. It does have 4 power, which is good for some things in red-green, but it's hard to cast. Let's just take either the Wall-Top Sentries or the Metal Bending. Let's take the Wall-Top Sentries, keep our curve going. We just want to make sure we get enough creatures here. And now there's another Origin of Metal Bending, which makes me feel good about passing the first one, because you really only want 1 copy of this. There's a Wolf Bat, Badger Mole. Badger Mole's like a top-end guy. Maybe I do want 1 Origin of Metal Bending, or I could just take a Badger Mole. I'm going to take... There's also this card, which is pretty good. Twin Blades. Give a creature double strike temporarily. I don't think we're definitely taking one of the green cards. The Badger Mole seems fine to me. Giving my stuff Trample also seems fine. What? We wield Earthen Ally. We also wield Kyoshi Warriors. No! Don't let this card wheel. It's so good. Oh my gosh, I think I'm just taking Kyoshi Warriors. I mean, Earthen Ally is good in my deck, but I don't have other allies of other colors, so it's a 1/2 for me right now. And Kyoshi Warriors is sick in my deck. I've got the Flopsy. I've got, I don't know, nothing crazy going on, I guess, but if Kyoshi's wheeling, then maybe it is the direction I'm supposed to go. And now I'm going to take the Kyoshi Battle Fan. I think this is just a totally solid 2-drop. It's a 2-drop that, again, does decent in the late game because you can move around the +1/+0. Enter the Avatar state's fine, but also being colorless is nice. Got a couple of solid 2-drops. Ooh, don't mind if I do. Meditation Pools is a sneaky pickup here. I could still transition into a blue-green deck that splashed black for Sold Outs. And I don't mind that at all. The Sandbender Storm is not my favorite card. It's like a removal spell or Earthbend. Kyoshi Warriors #2! Oh my gosh, this is crazy. I love Kyoshi Warriors. Okay, actually white just might be open. Water Tribe Captain works great with the Kyoshi Warriors as well. I don't think this card's as good. Wow, Gather the White Lotus came back. Interesting. Well, we're in an interesting spot here because we have these 2 Sold Outs that we kind of want to splash. We have some great signals that white might be open, though Gather the White Lotus is so heavy white, I don't think we really want this one necessarily. But Toph, the first Metal Bender, we can Earthbend 2 on our end step if we splash that. It's just hard to splash that. We could also just take White Lotus Reinforcements. We currently have 6 allies. So this is pretty good with Kyoshi Warriors and stuff. It's also Ostrich Horse. I don't really want to force myself into a splashing position, especially when I already have 2 cards that kind of could splash anyway. Like I could just splash black instead of red. Ostrich Horse is pretty good, but I think buffing up all of our allies is going to be pretty good for this deck. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Suki is awesome for us. Equal to the number of creatures that control power and toughness. When it attacks, we get a 1/1 ally token that's tapped and attacking. It's a 4-drop. What else would I like here? I would love to get Invasion Tactics, buff up all of my creatures. When an ally deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. There's another Kyoshi Warriors that I'm hoping wheels. But I think Suki's the best here. It's like Kyoshi Warriors, but if it survives, it just wins you the game almost. Oh my gosh. What packs are these? This is a great card for me. Invasion Tactics. Glider Kids would be pretty solid here. Earth Kingdom Protectors, buff protecting my allies. This is an ally. This is an Ape Goat. That's funny. Badger Mole's not an ally, but everything else is really an ally. So having the ability to protect your allies, it seems pretty reasonable here. Invasion Tactics or Earth Kingdom Protectors. I might just go the Protectors. Protectors seems pretty good. And this is like, if I'm in a good spot, I'll probably love this card. But if I'm in a bad spot, this doesn't really help me. And this lets me go like, play this on turn 1, and then in the future, just be able to protect my allies, which is nice. I think I took Kyoshi Warriors over the 1-mana 0/2 guy. The 1-mana guy might have been okay here now. But yeah, I've got a lot of allies going now. Currently not looking to splash. This is kind of a removal spell. Deal 4. Gain life equal to excess damage. There's this guy. Human Plant Ally. Hard to block. But I have a lot of 4-drops already. I might just take Enter the Avatar State. Nice little flexible combat trick removal, like protection spell. Could also take this card, but I think I would rather take the combat trick. Elemental Teachings. 4 land cards with different names, reveal them. Chooses 2, puts the chosen in the graveyard and the rest on the battlefield tap. So if I have a few different lands that could do the trick, I think I'll just take Raucous Audience maybe. I have a lot of things to ramp up to. Could also take Seismic Sense. That seems reasonable as well. Like find my Boomy, find my White Lotus Sentries, hit my land drops early. I kind of want to try Seismic Sense. Cycle of Renewal. Seismic Sense number 2. Also, Seismic Sense is like a cheap lesson card that will help Boomy, because I don't really have lessons right now. I have 1 lesson, so getting more lessons is important for the Boomy, as I mentioned earlier. Cycle of Renewal could be useful for splashing, but I don't really know if I want to splash even. Let's just take another Seismic Sense. This card's pretty cool. I'm going to take the land here, but Energy Bending is a really cool combo with Gather the White Lotus, because it turns all your lands into plains. So if I get to 7 mana and I go Energy Bending, Gather the White Lotus, that's pretty effective. I'm going to take the green-white land, though. Getting a land for my deck is pretty awesome. Helps me cast my spells. So this is another lesson. Earthbend with X number of creatures with power 4 or greater. I think I will take the Origin of Metal Bending. Giving myself another lesson. My 4-drop slot is going to be filled with Kyoshi Warriors. I don't love Earthbending lesson, but I could see playing it, but I don't really want to. I'm not planning on playing Gather the White Lotus either. If I had an Energy Bending, I might, honestly. Got 17 cards going into pack 3. I think my deck is looking pretty good. I think it's a pretty open lane. I've got some good late game stuff. I've got a couple good lessons early now. I don't think I ever want farm animals. I'll just take the Sun Warriors, I guess. Human Warrior Performer. That's funny. I'll take the duck. Foggy Swamp Vinebender. I'm just going to take the Meditation Pools. There's a chance I see a blue card I really want. And I could also just like play Meditation Pools and then play this thing. Ooh, this could help me splash potentially as well. 4 land cards. Yeah, this is so inefficient at 5 mana though. Okay. What else do I have here? In this pack, there is Allies at Last, Affinity for Allies. So this is going to be like 1 mana a lot of the time for me. Removal spell. That's pretty good. There's also another Earth Kingdom Protectors. I think I'd rather get the removal spell here, though. I'm a little bit light on interactive spells. And I already have an Earth Kingdom Protectors. So, yeah. I'm just going to take the kill spell. Be pretty happy about it. Waterbender Ascension. Pretty cool, but it would be a splash. I do have this thing to help me splash. Yeah, let's just take the kill spell. That's really good in my deck. Ooh, I get another one. Nice. So Allies at Last is, I think, better than Rocky Rebuke. Just going to be cheaper most of the time and just better. I would play Compassionate Healer. This card's good. I am lacking 2 drops, unfortunately. So I don't think I can afford to take that because this card's so much better, but I'll take 2 drops very highly the rest of the draft. That's why the Rebellious Captives was such a good pick for me. I would be happy playing Master Pian Dao. Like, I'm just going to hit a card every time I play this guy. This is a 2-drop. This is a removal spell. I don't need the removal after I just got 2 more, so I'm just going to take Master Pian Dao. 2-drop. Mill a card, put a land this way in my hand, gain 2 life. It's a lesson. Ooh, I think Airbender Ascension's pretty good. I have some pretty good entries to battlefield effects. Boomy just scries me a bunch. Earthbends a bunch. This thing's insane with that. Kyoshi Warriors is pretty solid with that. I can just reset Leaves from the Vine over and over. Gives you something to do on turn 2. Actually, I think I need to take a creature for turn 2. I thought this was a 3-drop. I just needed a 2-drop creature there, and now I have to take Kyoshi Battlefan or Zhang Zhang's Deserters. I would have loved to take the Airbending card there. Zhang Zhang or Kyoshi Battlefan. I think Kyoshi Battlefan's better. Zhang Zhang is pretty reasonable, though. I love an Airbending lesson. Nice. This deck is totally getting there. The only other option is taking like Shared Roots, but I'm not splashing, so get a little tempo play. Wow, I got one of these guys anyway. There's also Zhang Zhang's Deserters. I don't know if this guy's better than Zhang Zhang's. This is like a 1-mana 1/2/2 a lot of the time, but this is like a 2-mana 2/3, which is going to be better most of the time, I think. Yeah, I think Zhang Zhang's is going to be better. Wow, this card's great for me. Oh my gosh, Team Avatar. So I can use it as a kill spell, or I can use it as a way to like turn one of my creatures into a massive problem. Because they have to, it gets +X/+X. This card would be fine for me. Another Kyoshi Battlefan would be fine. I have enough 2-drops now. I have like 4 2-drops now. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that's huge. Nice. And Water Tribe Captain came back. Nice. Just a combat trick. Nothing to see here, just combat tricking. Sure, Cycle of Renewal. Wow! Airbending Ascension Wield? That's actually insane. What the heck? Why? I think that card's great. Oh my gosh, I really wanted to take it when I first saw it. What a pickup. Okay, let's make some cuts here. I don't think we need Earthbending Lesson. I don't know if we want Gather the White Lotus, but it might not be out of the question, so let's put it in for now so we can consider it. We don't need to splash anything. I don't think we want the Earthbending Lesson. Yeah, so let's make the build from here. So we have to make 9 cuts. Turtle Duck is gone. Pillar Launch is gone. Avatar State might be gone. How many lessons do we have? We have 5 lessons for Boomy. Okay. I don't think we want Cycle of Renewal. So that's 4 lessons for Boomy. 2 lessons. No, we have 6 lessons because there's 4 instants and 2 sorceries. Okay, 6 lessons is enough for Boomy to be fully supported, I think. We could maybe cut 1 more if we really felt like we had to, like, cut 1 of these. I don't mind keep playing all of them, though, because Combat Tricks will be my removal. Wall Top Sentries is fine. Allies at Last is fine. I only got the 2 Kyoshi Warriors. Other people started taking them, which is fine. Cut the Bajamol. Cut the Gather the White Lotus. Cut the Water Tribe Captain, because I only really want 1 of those. Cut... Now it's getting tricky. Yeah, so I have 6 lessons. I'm just going to go down to 5 lessons. I'm going to cut 1 Origin of Metal Bending. I'm going to cut 1 Plains because I think that Seismic Sense can replace a land to some degree. Maybe I just cut 2 lands. My ally count is at 12 allies. 12 of my 13 creatures are allies. The only one that's not is Flopsy. And these are 2 more allies, so I have more creatures, don't worry. Leaves from the Vine, put a couple counters. Seems like a reasonable card. I at the very least want to try it. So Wall Top Sentries is really good with allies at last. I'm just going to cut 2 lands for the Seismic Senses and just treat them as extra lands. Let's see how that does. We're making Boomy the poster child of the deck. And as we get into the rounds, we're only going to play 5 rounds with this deck because I want to make sure I can try as many different decks as possible in this event. But I want to shout out the NicolaiBolas Patreon. If you are enjoying my content and you would like to support my mission to make draft more accessible for everybody around the world with my guides, sheets, and videos, then Patreon is the way to do so. And you gain access to cool bonus content like my card-by-card tier list, my Format Thoughts document where I break down my thoughts on the meta and specific cards and sleeper picks, things like that. I also would like to shout out the, there it is, patreon.com/NicolaiBolas. Special shout out to those who support at the credits level. It makes a huge difference, and I truly appreciate it. Without further ado, let's get into the games. Okay, we've got a pretty good hand here. 1 drop, 2 drop, 3 drop, allies at last. Kyoshi Battle Fan, I like this. Maybe we should be playing 1 more land. Maybe we could cut like we'll play the Battle Fan because it feels really good to trade that for Rebellious Captives. Wall Top Sentries, sure. Oh, I'm blocking if you're attacking, bud. I'm definitely blocking. I would love to trade this guy for this guy. Oh my goodness, would I love that. I talked him out of it. Good job, Nicolai. Wow, allies at last is insane. Just 1 mana kill something, pretty much. Next turn, I'm going to go Captives plus Leaves from the Vine. This guy's doing good work. Okay. Non-human. They're just playing all humans. So one thing to note, you need to be careful. You don't want to like block with Wall Top Sentries and then try to use the Earth Kingdom Protectors. I mean, you can if you're desperate, but usually you'd rather like keep this guy around just to protect your guys from them using removal spells. Mill 3 cards, make a food. There goes my Kyoshi Warriors. Team Avatar would be really good here. Okay. Oh, that's intriguing. I will buff up this thing. And my 3/2, I think. One second. Do I have a creature in my graveyard? Yeah, I do. Perfect. I need to have a creature in my graveyard so I draw a card from this, right? Yeah, perfect. So I want to kill this thing. Actually, I don't really care about killing that thing. I think I played my land that turn. Hopefully I played my land that turn. No, I think I forgot to play my land drop. Whoops. It's not great. This is the classic. They have a couple bigger creatures than mine. I've got some stuff going on, though. If they go all in on this land, I can potentially get them later. Maybe I should have buffed something other than Walltop Sentries because it already has Death Touch. Like I could have buffed Rebellious Captives or something. What you gonna do for 5 mana? Yep, I will kill that. Getting Suki down when I have Earth Kingdom Protectors is like the dream. Really? Oh my gosh. Well, that's an incredible exchange for me. They concede? What the heck is that? What do you mean you concede? You have like a decent board state. What am I gonna... Oh my gosh, the Earth Kingdom Protectors were too much for them. They're like, I can't ever beat this. What the heck was that? Oh, that's so weird. I feel scammed. I was curious what was gonna happen that game. Aw, man. Well, there's always next game. Man, if I had gotten... I think that game kind of showed the value of my... I had like 2 less lands in my deck. So like I was gonna eventually just draw those like cards that like were giant cantrips to find my Boomy or my Flopsy. Oh yeah, what a hand. What the heck was that? My opponent conceded for no reason. Maybe they had something on the stove. I'm gonna play this card, I think. Because it shuts down the Fire Nation Cadets pretty effectively. Lightning Strike. Okay. Play the Water Tribe, Captain. Yep, this is a great deal for me. Oh my gosh. They used that and didn't really get anything done. Play the White Lotus Reinforcements. If I draw a land, I can play Leaves from the Vine and the Battle Fan. For anyone saying, oh, you cut lands and now you're missing land drops, the cards that I cut the lands for were like the green cards, so if I like draw those, it'll be all good. Oh, this is going to be really good for me. It's pretty awesome. That was pretty awesome. Definitely not going to airbend that one. Things were not going to get any better there. Holy heck, two expensive spells in a row. I'm honestly feeling okay about my situation. Maybe Master Pian Dao was not what I wanted. Oh, yikes. They already have more than enough mana to do whatever they want, pretty much. So if I get rid of Azula one more time... Cave of Two Lovers. I mean, this can get flying, so I'm almost got him. Nice. I will take the land. One, 5. Perfect. Next turn I can go Origin of Metal Bending, plus enter the Avatar state to give something flying and win the game that way. They can loot as well, potentially. But if they're tapped out, it won't matter. I got them. In that case. Ooh, Lost Days. Not what I like to see. Wow, I'm going to lose. I can't believe it. I can't believe I'm going to lose this game. Oh my gosh, that's so brutal. What a rip off the top. Guru Pathic just clutching up for them. They just get to absolutely annihilate me. Which two are they going to get rid of? Are they going to get rid of the 2 creatures? That is unfortunate. And they have a bajillion clues now. Gosh darn it. I should not have put this card second from the top. I think I'm dead now. Yeah, I needed to draw a land. I needed to not have this thing up there. Okay, for me, I'm still alive. I think I'm just dead, so... Yeah, I can't do anything about that even. Okay. Gosh darn it! Oh my gosh. That last second Azula hitting that was so crazy. My gosh, the last possible draw step hitting the 5 mana instant that they got to copy. Wow, that game looked so unlosable. Gosh darn it. And then I should have put the guy second from the bottom instead of second from the top. That was just a mental blur because the token one didn't matter, so I just clicked through the other one. Gosh, that was so close. If I would... Jeez Louise. I was just short on the mana I needed. I could have also not blocked with the Suki. I could have tried to like get him by like sending Suki to the skies or whatever, but it was only going to be 3 power. Okay, we can keep this. Man, that was tough. I think that's a decent thing to do. Reset their 2-drop, draw a card. Hopefully dig closer to going like Kyoshi Warriors or... Thank goodness, okay. That was a pretty efficient turn, I'll say. Yeah, let's do this again. I'll only get 1 counter out of this if I play it now. But I think I just want to get the card draw going. Goodbye, Boomy. You would have been so good here. Though I guess 6 mana is a lot for me. I almost didn't attack because I thought they might have Razor Rings. 3 or greater. Maybe that was a bad attack. I could have activated it the following turn, maybe. Oh, that's a really good land. Oh, no. Yeah, I maybe choked that a little bit. Yeah, that trade was really bad in retrospect. Okay. I think I'll save this as a kill spell for this thing. Rabaru Troop, okay. Maybe I'll have to play this. Oh, that's such a tremendous draw. Holy heck. And I'm one creature away from Aang being the Airbender Ascension being online. And just making a bunch of Kyoshi Warrior tokens every turn. No! Oh, that's so brutal. Wait, what? That's what they chose? I have to draw a creature this turn. Yes! Oh, that's the perfect draw, and it can't even be blocked. You have to block with, you can only block with one creature. They have the tea shop, and they have this thing, but oh, you've got to be kidding me. What the heck? Do I want to kill one of their guys in response to this? Probably this thing, maybe. They're at 1. Keep going, team. They're like in a spot where they can never really attack me. Oh my gosh. I just need to answer Momo and I win. Would I rather kill this thing and let them scry to, or... I have just enough to get across the finish line. Please! We're so close! I have 5 attackers and you have 3 blockers. And you have your tea house that can make 1. Come on! They're casting Team Avatar? What? Am I dead somehow? How could I possibly be dead here? Oh my gosh. They have the double strike card? You're joking me. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. I literally could have used Origin of Metal Bending to save myself if I hadn't cast this guy. I was like deciding which one to use, and I chose the wrong one. If I'd held up the Origin of Metal Bending card, I would have won because they would have gone for this. They would have gone for this. Then I would have killed the Twin Blades, lived at 1. I would have had 4 guys. They would have had 3. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it. Oh my gosh. I was going to save the Origin of Metal Bending card for... Oh my gosh. Literal last turn they could have possibly gotten that combo online. They had to literally go Zhong's Deserters into... They had to have the perfect 3 cards to win that game. Oh my gosh. And I had to not hold up my Origin of Metal Bending, which I don't think I was supposed to do. I don't know. Now it seems like I should have. Because, like, the reason I played the other guy was because if I play Origin of Metal Bending on their thing, they sacrifice their thing and scry to... But I guess that's fine. Gosh darn it. I should have won that game. I mean, it's the classic where you lose because they go perfect, 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 and you lose to the perfect 3 cards, but I could have still won anyway because I drew Origin of Metal Bending. I can't believe it. That was something. Feel pretty awful right about that one. If I hold up Origin of Metal Bending, I can't possibly lose to that combo of cards. But I was at 11 life, so it felt like a pretty safe life total. And getting my 1/1 guy out there is an extra attacker right away. And then having the instant for the following turn if they have like a removal spell that kills an attacker again. Oh, man. Goodbye, token. I should have attacked first. No reason not to. Okay. Please don't kill my Suki. Yes. I'll use this to find a land so because I'm getting closer to Flopsy. I changed my mind. I want the Earth Kingdom Protector to keep Suki alive without having to use my Avatar state. End the turn. Let's kill Aang. I regret nothing. Actually, I regret everything, but you know. Obviously, this is so super, super bad for me. Did I really choose the wrong order somehow here? Gosh darn it. I think I'm about to lose. I killed an Aang, the last airbender. And then they played Avatar Aang. This has been a frustrating draft. Because I misplayed that last round, it's just tough. Okay, so they draw a card. Hopefully they draw nothing useful. And then I top deck a land to play Flopsy and win the game. They just have all the mythics. Oh my gosh. Punished to the max. So I could attack here. They block with Appa and that thing. Eat the token. Next turn. They have one blocker. I have 4, 5, 6 attackers. Oh, that worked out way better for me, I think. Hopefully. So now if I draw a land, I think I win. But I did just put a bunch of lands on the bottom. And I don't have that many lands in my deck to begin with. Oh my gosh, no! What is happening? What? Oh, they whiffed. That's funny. They've played like 10 colors of Aang rares. Oh my gosh. Come on, land. Help me take down Aang. Please just give me a land. I just want an untapped land, please. Please. Yes! Flopsy, please be my savior. Yes! Yes! Can you be my hero now? Oh my gosh. And I think this last token is actually a clutch. 4, 8, 10, 12, 14, 15 because of the last token. Oh my gosh, did we get the job done? They can jump block and survive and go to the next round and maybe do something crazy. Oh my gosh. Please. Oh my gosh, after all this, winning this game would be glorious. They've played Mythic Appa, Mythic Aang, Rare Aang, Uncommon Aang. They're dead, right? They didn't count, right? Yes, the last token! Oh my gosh. What? Oh my gosh, I can't believe we won that game. You know, I may have lost the previous round to potential blundering. Jeez, losing to that Momo game only to have that game where I was like, man, I'm going to lose 2 games in a row to like, I don't know. I guess I fired off my removal spell too hastily, but like, that's a pretty good card. That 3/2 guy that's always a flop, like pretty much has lifelink all the time. Okay, I'm on the play. I've got a couple 2-drops. I've got the Airbender Ascension to start things off. We've got the little combo with Kyoshi Warriors. I'm just going to play this now because then I will play my creature, play Kyoshi Warriors, and it'll be online. I don't mind making a little tradesy. Sure. This is my deck. The combo of Kyoshi Warriors plus the Airbender Ascension. And I have the Avatar state to protect it. Size makes sense. Nice, nice. Team Avatar is going to have to take down Wandering Musicians at some point, I think. What the heck? That's going to be bad for me. I'm going to lose to Secret Tunnel, aren't I? Oh my gosh. Secret Tunnel! Through the mountains. This will help me make some progress. Especially with Enter the Avatar state, eventually turning it into a killer flyer with this thing. Like that's my win con right now. Ooh, tap land. Yep. Three, 6, 10, 15. Can I kill them on the crackback? No. Oh, it doesn't get indestructible. I'm an idiot. Yeah, this game. Whoops. I didn't draw the land anyway. I was going to lose anyway. Well, 2-3, not the best record, but I could have won that game against the Momo deck, and my deck was still pretty sweet. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, make it all the way to the end of the video in the comment section down below. Leave hashtag Kyoshi, because the Kyoshi Warriors were pretty awesome and a lot of fun to play with. That is going to do it for this one, though. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you next time.